Hello everybody. So some time ago I visited a Cadillac store and I commented on all the Cadillacs that are modern that kind of makes no sense, that they make no sense to me, and the fact that all of them have, you know, acronyms for names and I don't remember them anymore, and they kind of don't even, you know, I'm not really in love with them like I am with the older stuff. So today I am at a Ford Lincoln dealership, which is interesting because most dealerships these days, they're independent. They're either a Ford or a Lincoln. Obviously, there's no more Mercury. And I came across this Cadillac, and it's unlocked, so lucky me. And it's an interesting thing because it would be good to kind of make this video once again that I'm making, like shopping, quote-unquote shopping for a replacement for my '06 Lincoln Town Car Signature Limited, and compare it to a Cadillac. Now keep in mind, I love large cars, large sedans. I love Lincolns. Yes, I own one. But I also like Buicks. I love Cadillacs. I love even Chryslers. I love, you know, large Chevys like an Impala, for example. And I came across this car thinking, well, this would be a good way for me to kind of explore what would be a more modern replacement for my Lincoln Town Car, which is parked somewhere further down there behind the corner. So what can I tell you about it? So first of all, right off the bat, I love the color, the black exterior. I love those. Now this one, let's see, it's a 2019 Cadillac XTS Luxury with 33,000 miles and 673 with a 3.6 liter V6. Yeah, it doesn't have a price listed because it is used, so some dealerships don't put used car prices here. But it's an interesting look at this car because, well, first of all, 2019, I mean, man, this thing is like a year old. And second of all, it would be interesting to see kind of, you know, Lincoln Town Car was the top of the line. And this particular car is interesting because I think it's slated to be discontinued like this year. And XTS, they have a CT6, so they have, currently at least, they have the XTS. And it's interesting to see, like, this is a 2019 model. This is also an XTS, but it's got different styling, so I'm guessing it's older. This one is 2014. And I've made a video about it, so I'm not going to go too deep how I was comparing, how it's interesting, how this Cadillac styling, you know, and this Cadillac styling, it's a few years apart, but then they did change them. And they are close enough, but they are different with different badges. So they changed from the wreath and the crest to just the crest. They changed the size of it. And I mean, from the outside, I don't know. I mean, I want to say I like it. It's long, it's gracious, it's got angles. I don't know if it's special enough, but I would say if I'm shopping against it, I think it's a fair, you know, it's a fair comparison for me, at least. Keep in mind, it's only my opinion. It's got a 3.6. It's weird that it doesn't say Cadillac anywhere. So on a Lincoln, now they have a thing where they just spell out Lincoln. Here they have, but they don't have the star. Here they have the crest, but they don't have the Cadillac. So I wonder how many people know what this means. You know, the non-car people, they can see like XTS 3. Like, what does that even mean? You know, here on an older style, they had the wreath and the crest, and then they did have just a little bit Cadillac down here. I don't know who could see it driving past it, but at least it's there. So styling wise, I like that it's long, kind of low. I think this car does share underpinnings with a Chevy Impala, and I think they're both being discontinued, so it will be a shame. So this car will be discontinued come, I think, 2021. Up front, let me see if I can kind of move around. I do see some Chevy Impala DNA, but I think it's masked enough where it's not going to be noticeable. It's okay. I mean, I do like actually this front better. It's in an older model, but this one would be okay. And it's got this weird thing. So Lincoln puts their stars on the fenders, kind of like this one. And speaking of a town car, here's the modern interpretation of a town car, which it's not a true town car. It's an MKT that they just called town car, and it is locked. But I have another video about this, so I'm not gonna waste too much time on this. So interesting, yeah. So you got a town car that's an SUV now, and then you have the XTS. So this one being open, so I like this feature. So this is like a lighted element here, so when you have a key and you approach it at night, it does light up. And this button you could lock it remotely. So it is 1,000 degrees. So I will leave this door open. There doesn't seem to be any keys in there. So look, opening the door, what do I have? We have a strip of wood, which is nice, kind of exposed wood. I like the texture of it. I like the color. I like the black on black stuff. So very cool looking. I approve. You have the power seats, and then you have the easy exit button there. All the windows are auto up, down. You have the trunk button, which I will be opening. And it is a power trunk. So that's interesting. What about the seats? The seats are powered, but they are down here, and you have lumbar support. It's weird they don't have things on the door anymore. For some reason, that's considered old school. Oh, jumping inside. Let's see. So this is interesting. So look at the gauges. So the gauges are analog, but you have a screen in the middle. And I think I'm going to be posting a picture right here. This screen is kind of old looking. You know, this is a 2019 model. And the screen, that kind of the resolution and what it can display, and it's not really configurable, it's old school. I think these come with an optional feature package where it's old digital dash. I could be wrong on that, but I think that would look way better than this combo right here. This looks like an older van, almost like a GM van. So the steering wheel, no more wood right here, but they slipped a little piece of wood here. So I guess whoever designers are, they are thinking that a little strip of wood here is good. It's like new age, and putting a strip of wood here is like old. I don't know why. So also, this is interesting. It's got padded, like this instrument panel. It's got this padding right up here. So I'm pressing on it and it's soft, and it's actually spreads throughout this. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good. It's perforated. I don't think it's real leather, but who cares? Here it's also soft. I don't know if it's real or not, but it is soft. It's nice. It also is very hot. The steering wheel. So these buttons, let's see if I don't catch a heat stroke. Oh, no, doesn't light up. I saw these keys would light up. No remote detected. So these buttons right here. So this is a heated steering wheel. It's got some cruise control. It's got some radio stuff. It's fine. They light up when the car's on, but so right here we got power steering wheel. And this is funny. So this car can have a heads-up display, and this one obviously doesn't. Instead of covering it up, they have this hole. Like, you can't put anything. It's not big enough for anything. But come on, Cadillac, just cover it. It's not going to cost you a lot to make this flush. Or just make it standard. Make a heads-up display standard. For God's sake, I mean, this is probably a $50,000 to $60,000 car. It's got this cubby here, and this also is shared with Chevy Impala. I think Chevy Impala gets like a very similar treatment when there's nothing in there. Just to leave like a blank hole. So right up here, you have touch-sensitive buttons. Traction control, parking assist, and this is interesting. So you have the glove box, but the button to open it is right up here. That's funny. And it's interesting also how they got this dual stack. I always like to see if there's a window sticker inside, but no, it's not. But it's a 2019 XTS manual. XTS, I'm sorry. All right. So there you go. So what do we have here? Here we have some sort of a buyer thing. Oh, this is what they were going to put on the window. So what do we have here? We have some sort of a cubby here. Oh, I touch the bottom of this, and it does open up to a nice little storage here with I think it's a cell phone charger. I could be wrong. Maybe. Yeah, it is. So it's got a little symbol right up there. So then you can put it in there, and then when you touch it right here, it closes. I like this feature. On a Chevy Impala, they have a similar thing where this portion just raises up. So here they kind of made it interesting. And they have the touch sensitive button. So this is where all your climate controls are. Heated seats, cooled seats, all this stuff. And it's got the touch sensitive. It would light up. Can't really show you this. Cup holders, fine. You have this nice wood. Although, look at this. So this is what I hate about not paying attention to details. Guys and girls, when you make cars, look at this. It looks nice, right? But then look at this. Who made it like that? So they obviously, when they fitted it at the factory, they made it so that it rubbed off. So this little wood applique, whatever this thing is, this painted on surface, it scraped off inside. Why can't you make this? I made a similar catch on a Lincoln Navigator. If you guys remember, I was pointing right here to a Lincoln Navigator, and then like this material wasn't tucked in underneath the plastic and it was sticking out. There's no way a user could fix that. Same thing here, guys. Pay attention when you're building cars, because customers notice this, and this is cheap. Like, this is a nice wood material, whatever it's made out of. I don't care if it's real wood or fake wood, but breaks my heart. Just breaks my heart. Anyway, so you have a light, you have cubbies, USB port, Type-C charger. Speaking of which, up above here, you have lights, you have OnStar, no sunroof, you have your HomeLink. Seats are comfortable. Seat leather is nice. I'm not gonna lie. It is soft. It feels like higher quality than it probably really is. I like this little V thing. V for Vitali. Not bad. You know, I like this. Minus that quality thing. So let me move the seat up a little so I can kind of move in the back. Also, let me cool off a little bit. So let's check the trunk right here. So as a former 2010 Buick LaCrosse owner, this trunk does remind me of a Buick LaCrosse, because these are tunneled away right here. Have nice floor mats, which once again my Buick had exactly the same type of floor mats. They don't have like Cadillac on it. This is probably the world's worst cargo net. It is really shallow. It's barely even in here. I don't even know why they bothered putting it in here. Behind there, you have storage shelf. And behind here, you have access to what looks like a fuse box. That's an interesting piece. My Buick LaCrosse had a similar thing in there too, I remember. And once again, now it doesn't want to go back in there. All right, guys, you see, I barely touched it. It's a really flimsy material. Look. I mean, it's nice and padded, but I can't get this thing back in there. So, all right, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to leave it alone. But this is sad. This is a Cadillac, for God's sakes. You want to tell me that whoever fitted it at a factory? There you go. This sucks. My Buick LaCrosse had that, but honestly, I never touched it on my Buick LaCrosse. So, all right, you have the trunk pulled down with this little guy escaping, and then you have the handle right up here. So trunk is okay. I'm not saying it's a small trunk. So going back here, once again, you have this nice wood applique, which I'm questioning now the quality. This is probably somebody's very not careful cleaning job. The back seats are surprisingly hard. You do not sink in these seats like you would in a town car. And I don't mean that town car. I mean a legitimate town car. You do have heated seats in the back. You have the little vents, although it doesn't look like you can close them. And there is a couple USBs back here. And then you have map pockets. Oh, and then you have this thing. This is okay. So not quite sure what you would put then down here, but so I have a few. So I think this is the button for you to press to open these. This is like an I don't know, is this like a cup holder? All right, let me try both hands. So I'm trying. Okay. I don't know if somebody spilled something in there that's very sticky. Yeah, so look. Either it's a crappy design cup holder or somebody spilled something, which I think it's the latter because I see some weird liquid in there. And yeah, so again, GM and auto manufacturers, if you're going to design a cup holder, think about how it's going to be used. There will be crap spilled in there. So you probably don't want to design it in such a way where something sticky spilled in there, which there is. This whole contraption is going to get stuck. And even if somebody wants to clean it, they won't be able to, because guess what? Now it's really stuck in there. So there you go. So you can thank me for that. I got a nice little cubby there. So you should have just stuck 2 cup holders right here without this leathery surface and get rid of this. So they're learning from Germans about how to make an overly complicated cup holder. It's again V for Vitali. So back here, no sunroof. Very basic door handle, door pull, whatever, door handle probably. And then you have this coat hook. Nothing fancy there. I like the little quarter windows. And the back seats fold down. So, what's the verdict? I think I would really consider this car over a Lincoln Town Car if it was like the fully loaded one, whatever their platinum model, and if it was really cheap. So probably in 5 to 6 years, when these things become kind of relics like the Town Car is now, I would definitely consider it in a, granted that it's in good shape, maybe has 50,000 or less miles. Well, I guess the one thing I keep forgetting is to show you the hood, or under the hood. I don't know if people are really interested in that. I personally am not. I know it's got a 3.6. Actually, my 2010 Buick LaCrosse had a 3.6 liter, and it had, I want to say, 280 horsepower or something like that. Yeah, oh look, the engine bay looked exactly the same. Look at this. Now this one's got a Cadillac crest on there. Mine had a Buick crest. Yeah, but mine looked the same. Exactly the same. Yep. It's a little different, okay, granted, but yeah, but it looks very similar. So I don't know how many horsepower it has. I'll be posting that on the screen, but yeah, 3.6 basic. Well, now in my experience, these 3.6 liters, they were fine. I didn't really have any issues with my engine. It did have a couple of recalls, but nothing about the engine. So it's got nicely covered plastic right there. So with just your very, very essential fluids popping out right there, and your oil. And these things have, I think they have sealed transmissions, because on my vehicle cross, they did not have a dipstick for transmission fluid. I think it was like a lifetime fluid. So yep. So there you have it. I will consider this, for those reasons specified. I still like this styling a little better. I don't know, but who knows? The whole idea about being more sporty, I guess it's starting to get to them. So every luxury sedan's got to be a sports sedan. I don't buy it. I think a luxury car, there's nothing wrong with making a luxury car fast, but don't make it a sports sedan. So, all right, guys, I hope you liked it. It's my little shopping video. Still keeping that Lincoln Town Car spirit strong. So thank you. Keep liking, subscribing, commenting. I love all that stuff, and that's what keeps me motivated. Thanks a lot.